I tried to go live a few minutes ago, and well, it changed what we were going to be doing with the stream because my software kept crashing. Finally got it working, and then the hardware started breaking. So I just decided, you know what, we're not going to do a video game. We're going to work on the track because yes. Let me just Is my screen locked sideways? Yes, it is. I'm just gonna hit this button. Reconnect. Okay, there we go. Not sure how long that went out for, by the way, because I was just doing stuff and I was talking to myself. Let's get the lights set up here. I'm gonna move the camera out of the way because where the light setup is. So I don't know where my camera. Yeah, it's got like different light modes or different zoom modes on my phone, so it's weird. Alright, first set of lights are on. Where's the remotes? There. This track's a little bit of a mess. Okay. Wait on both of them. Yeah, there we go. Lights are set up. I guess we should probably start with cleaning up some of the mess that's here. My first time actually working on this track live. Not the first time this week I've worked on it, though. I worked on it quite a bit yesterday. So the main things on the agenda right now are fixing the catch fence. As you can see down here a little bit. Whoop. It's a little bit wavy. Of course, it's a little hard to see. That's the netting, by the way. That is netting, and it actually does work. So if I throw a car at it, it bounces back. But it's a little bit wavy. We got to fix it. Alan just kicked something. So we got to fix that. We got to... Well, that's pretty much it on the immediate agenda. Got some cleanup to do, because if I scan back to here... This is the deconstruction area, as I've called it. It's all the stuff that I've deconstructed from the track. Let's just start getting going. I'm going to take cars off the track itself first. I might be rerunning a bunch of these, so I'm just taking them off the track directly. Unless they're taking them away from where I'm about to be working. Nice glue gun, hold on. Alright, that's all set up. Whoop. Okay, it's still plugged in. I thought I just unplugged it on accident. It's not even hot yet. What did I say? Quick little trick I learned, by the way. If you're like me and you don't want to get the spot, you don't have a good place to set it, you don't want the spot messy. I have to have an extension cord plugged into this and it makes it annoying. Ah! Well, if it wants to stand up on its own, something like that, where you just put something underneath the nozzle. And then we're going to have to deconstruct the catch fence. I think this should be set up on the other one. It's supposed to have 2 notches. I can only ever find one of them, though. I guess we're just going to set it like that. Rest of the track cleaned up. And I'm going to do a quick run on this track, by the way, because I really like the way this thing's going so far. Just stab myself on the top of the fence. Take the hot glue gun and move it real quick. So I'm just going to give you a shot of the finish line. And just take 2 cars out of this Porsche and the Mach-E. No countdown or anything. I'm not sure if you can even hear me back here or how echoey it is. Can't wait to see that, by the way, because I didn't see a thing. And I had not touched these 2 cars yet. They just kind of landed like that. Kind of neat. I guess now to catch fence deconstruction. I'm going to move my glue sticks over there. Take these 2. Okay. We're ready to start on the fence. All this slider gray stuff, that is a form of sticky tack that I was trying to use to help me, but it didn't really work. Yeah, it's glued to the wall. I forgot about that. I'm not sure the name of this material. I mean, I just bought it, but I didn't read the label on it. I was just like, ooh, that could work well. I wish I remember the name of it, because it does work pretty well. It's just very, very easy to rip. And then, as you can see, I glued it to the bottom of the fence here. Probably wasn't, the bottom of the wall, rather. Probably not the smartest idea, because it's just gonna, yep. Ugh. Ooh, that looks nasty. Trying to get as much of the sticky tack stuff as I can back, but a good chunk where I'm getting some of it back. It's almost like a bubble gum, like chewed up bubble gum consistency. Ooh, that's not good. As you can see there, just basically stuck these into the foam of the wall itself, so when that falls, it's not good. And I have to glue that back. Okay. Let's do the scissors we go, because we have to clean this thing up. Just gonna pull that off there. Take little glue bobs. Okay. So, are you hot yet? Doesn't have any glue in it. I forgot about that. So, we're just gonna do a little test spot here. Okay, it is pumping. It's just not very hot. I'm gonna hook it on the edge of the wall because that's how we keep it from dripping everywhere. And even if it does drip, it'll drip like fairly dry little spots now. It's an improvement from my old one, because my old one was like 20-something years old. It's older than me, I know that much. Okay, you can see how thin this, or how hard it is to see this stuff. I have it scraped up right against the camera. That's the only way you can really see it very well. If I just have it kind of just sitting here, you can't see it at all on camera. And I can barely see it myself. Like, I'm having to look at the wall. I have to look at this spot, because otherwise I can't really see it. So, taking them out. Oh, no, I dropped it. If you hear weird noises like that, that was my cat. Because she is down here right now hunting birds. Missed the whole entire thing. This stuff's really hard to see to use. I mean, if I press it up against that wall, it's a little hard to see, but you can see it. Press it up against the camera, you can see it. If it's where it needs to be, you cannot see it. This is at this angle where you can actually see it. But if it lies flat, it's very hard to see. You can see some slight glow at the bottom from the lights. You can see a little bit of it through this wall here. I guess we're just gonna start getting going. It took a while to get started. Oh, wait, I have something up already. What I'm going to do, first going to get the very top. I'm going to poke it on all of these, because that's how the last one got messed up. Ooh, that one ripped. It's ripped. It's not just poked, it's ripped. Shit. That doesn't look bad. Okay. So now we try to just tidy that up. It's on the wrong side of the pole on multiple spots. Okay. Oh, we're restarting that. I pull it really long like that. You can see it entirely, but otherwise not really. So now we just get some more. I just do it on the roll this time. Actually, no, that's probably not gonna work. So we're gonna do is we're just gonna grab them out. Is it ripped or something? Looks funky. No, it's not ripped. That's that's a little piece that came off, just sitting there. Looks funky. We're gonna cut them out again. Not really being precise. I just know it's long enough, pretty much. Readjust the camera real quick, because why not? Right, we're having glue bobs start dripping off, so you know the glue gun's hot enough. A little trick I learned: if you get your finger slightly wet, I'm gonna just use some spit here because that's what works best. That's what I have around, rather. Keep your hand from burning. Should have grabbed a bottle of water before I started. I just thought of that, but oh well. So now just a long couple of strips there. We're just gonna set it on there for now. Oh, missed a spot. All right, we'll tidy up that end a little bit there. Not sure if you can even see that on camera, but it is pretty messy. Adding some more glue bobs there. Ow. Didn't get the stupid thing out of just, yeah. Alright, there we go. It's gonna look ugly at the top for now. Of course, you cannot see it, but it's pretty ugly. If I zoom in, I get close enough, you can kind of see it, but it's pretty ugly right now. But that's the process of this, so. Another bit of glue. Just stretch it onto there pretty much. Of course, once the glue cools down just a little bit, you can start touching it, but I don't like doing that. It hurts, so you don't. First, get your hand just a little bit wet. Can't remember exactly what that's called, but there's a name for that. Oops, I just ripped it. Okay, well, that's fine. Really, like, this stuff's effective. As you can see there, pieces of hot glue just hanging everywhere. Oh my god. Stuck to me. Ah! There we go, got it off. You can see just how chaotic this is. Whoa. That's not supposed to happen, by the way. There is a little bit of a issue at the top there, where cars can either just kind of ride up it or do stuff like that, where it's just whoop. But a car hitting how it normally would doesn't really do anything, so. Alright, and continuing. Gotta worry about this angle. That's where it failed last time. There's this little angle here. I didn't get enough on each side. I think we got enough on there. I'm just gonna let that cool for just a minute. Oops, I let it ride high. That's fine. Everything's fine. Ooh, that's too much. And it's like far too much. So we're just gonna worry about getting it all cooled onto there. I'll be honest, I do kind of like working with hot glue because it's such an easy thing to use. So forgiving. Fortunately, I do not have very long glue sticks, so it's kind of an issue at times. Alright, this is the second spot it failed last time. I can't get it down enough. I think I got it. This is an imperfect science, but it is a work in progress science. Let's just say that. It's a work in progress science. Get it down there. Get it up against the pole. All right, we're left with quite a bit on this one, so that's fine. Just gonna trim it down the pole. And I don't know. Came off. Alright, we're just gonna glue. A little more glue up the pole. Alright, that should set. And it's a little bit messy, as you can see. But believe it or not, this stuff actually, like, in a normal recording, it looks perfectly fine. You can barely see it. Like, you can barely see any of this. There's all the stuff that I've just scraped off, by the way. Right now, let's worry about tidying up this. So this spot's a little bit weird because that pole is shorter. Not intentionally, I just accidentally cut a pole a little bit short. Okay. This spot was weird last time as well, so I'm just gonna worry about trimming it up for now. Alright, it's probably as good as we're getting for now. Which I'm fine with, but that's the main concern, is I want something practical. And that's why I've done this, where it's just, well, hey, force field, that's just some good catch fence. That's why I've always had trouble with the catch fences, because this stuff, you can barely see it on camera. That's what I wanted. You can still see the cars there. This stuff, I can find the start of it real quick. The Fiba-tape stuff, I think is what it's called. Yeah. I can find where I last left it, because this stuff's really hard to see. There. You can see how much more that interferes with everything. That's why I don't like it. I mean, it's a good looking one, it's just not a good practical one. It's actually, what's on these lights. You can see between them. See, it's like that weird little pattern. That's what that is. So, I'm not sure what we work on next. I kind of am debating on putting some fencing down the whole entire track, but I don't want to do that because that might, I mean, you're barely able to see it, but I don't want to do that because it makes it harder for me to access the track. Something else I've had a thought of is just something like that, but that would interfere with the camera too much. There's not really too much else to do at the moment. Let's just run some trial races. I'm trying to figure out where I should even set up my camera anyway, so. Oh no, the tape. You're not taping the, whatchamacallit. There's cats around it, it's cute. Alright, screw it, let's just throw some cars down. Here we go. Bonk. And here we go. Oh, damn. That was sad. Can't wait to see these on replay, by the way, because it's just bonk. Oh, what did he catch on? Something I've been trying to fix. Stuff. I don't want things to catch because that can damage my more expensive cars. Just saw two cats down here. Why is there just one now? And also, why'd you roll around in chalk because your butt's all green? The weird things you say to cats. Alright. Grab my X-Acto kit here. By the way, YouTube, these are craft knives, so don't give me trouble for that. Craft knives getting used in an appropriate situation. This was cheap, by the way. I'm just gonna mention that. This was far cheaper than buying all three X-Acto knives separately. That's a spot that could cause trouble. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this. cut spots that could be trouble. Or stuff them under the track, because that's currently what's happening with this one. Hope it's gone. I roll a card here, you notice it doesn't bounce up anymore. These spots were not previously an issue, and now they are. Just gonna worry about these ones now. Oops. Who's that about to die? Screw it, you know what we're doing? We're just going to glue this bottle cap to the end of it. So as it sits, it'll just collect all on that bottle cap. Just absolutely love doing this. Especially because it's already so hard to see, and now I have a phone camera in the way. Alright, I dug up the wall quite a bit. I didn't cut through it. That's the main concern. Okay. So, now our next area of possible concern, because this bottoms out a lot of cars, and if a car's going sideways at it, this car's not a good example because this car doesn't like doing it, but hold on, let me just readjust the camera real quick. This car doesn't like it. Whoa. This car doesn't like doing it, but a lot of cars. This car likes doing it. Yeah, this car likes doing it. Our car will just kind of head at this with a slight angle, and over it goes. I'm going to try to start cleaning that spot up. I'm going to start with this. This is not what this is used for, but it works good for it. Oops, I just did not do that part. It's fine if it's a little bit of a scratchy track, because I do plan on repainting this place anyways, eventually. Did I mean to take that piece out? Ah. Darn. That's the line we're going to draw. Probably should think of a better way to do this, and I will be finding a better way to do this, because it's currently going awful. It's been going awful for several months. Sorry, every single time I try to improve this track, this is always one of the first spots I will go to once I have all the decorative pieces done. I don't want to put a piece of paper here because I have done that in the past, and it was just actually like a little speed boost. Oh, you're a Ford Motorcraft thing. You can sit back there, I guess, again. Now I think I made it worse, because now I think even this car will flip in it. Nope. This car just absolutely hates flipping. See? It's upside down, and normally cars will rock up from this, and this car just doesn't like doing it. Even this car would. Ah! That was stupid. Don't do that. This car's still flipping. So, there's that. Trying to think of how to fix that still. This needs to be fixed. Joint in the walls, and I don't like it. I'm just gonna way on that. That doesn't look awful. It doesn't look great, but it doesn't look awful, and that's the big thing, is it doesn't look awful. And to me, at least, it looks better than it did before, because now it looks like an intentional little dip. Although now I think a cart can easily write up on that. Which is actually part of the fun of these new walls, and part of the reason I wanted to do them. Okay, this is a little bit taller than the most of the walls, but you can see that car through it. And if I come over here and grab Kaz Growler, or not Kaz Growler, Greg Biffle, you can see him through it. Even if it's completely on there, you can see him through it. You can see the top of his car, which will be very nice. The NASCAR cars don't like flipping on this spot either, although there have been times where cars have been up on two wheels already, fall, oop, it's over. So, how are we going to fix that exactly? Will this work? No. Just flat out, no. I'm trying to think, because I don't want something that slows it down. I also don't want something that would include a bump to get to it. Because even this would require a bump into... Yeah. It's right there I feel the most. I feel some pressure, and then right there where I feel the most. Also, not to mention, you can just kind of sit on that. Thoughts. Could try just... That would take a while, and I don't want to have to do that through the walls, because that's the big issue with a lot of this. Yeah, well. I guess that kind of gives you an idea of how or what state this track is in at the moment. And so Blaney says hi. I'll take him off the wall for now. Just stack him next to another Blaney. Let's do a quick couple of races. You guys can tell me who won in the comments, right? Yeah, I think you can. Let's just grab cars. That's easiest to do. I'm probably gonna knock over the camera at least once. Three, two, one. Oh, they both hit the camera. I wasn't expecting them to... Oops, silence just fell. I wasn't expecting both of them to hit the camera. I was expecting one of them to, not both. That seems like a pretty good spot for the camera. So this is working beautifully. Ow, it's hot. This is working beautifully though. So, I'm going to take our two fastest cars down this track, because I am debating on a very simple rule, but I don't know how good of a rule it would be, and I don't know exactly how to enforce it. And it is, since these two drive fairly straight, and this one has a slight hook left. This one doesn't really do too much of a hook. But debating on adding a rule where if you cross the center line, it's a penalty that I don't know where to call that. It could just be like car comes off the ramp really bad and race over because it crosses the line. Could also be that those lanes aren't quite 100% straight. So sometimes when a car comes off, it'll just immediately head for the other lane. So that would be an issue. There could also be situations where, like, you're very close to the center line. Both cars are very close to the center line. Neither one quite crosses it, but they both touch. And, like, let's say this car's slightly ahead and they touch. This car goes back to its lane, but this car also goes into its lane. So I'm not sure how to enforce that, if I enforce it. I'm also, like, I want to add a physical center line, because if I take you down here, this is too wide now for any of my track attachments. Like, here's one. This thing ain't fitting. And I don't, these tracks pop it right off of there. So it's permanently this lane, at least until I make a change again. But yeah, that's also why it has these little walls here, so that if a car hooks the opposite way, it doesn't... Oh. Well, that's why we have the hot glue gun still plugged in. If the car hooks, it shouldn't do that. It should just hit the wall and continue. Now I gotta fix this. It's very loosely on there. Uh-oh, I've melted the bottle cap. Uh-oh. Forgot that could happen. It's just it's the right way. Dot of glue. Dot of glue. And that's how that will be for now, but I'm just gonna have to let it set. Also, it's a little far, but that's fine. Because like I was saying, if I show you with this other one, car hooks, it should just hit that, and they're not going very fast when they hit that. Well, they're going peak velocity on this track when they hit this, but it's not a whole lot of side force because, you know, this is less side force than this. Ah! I'll put just threw that car on the floor. There we go, got it. Yeah, you can kind of see all that. Also, I want to try this. If I can unhook the trailer. I want to try this, but the lanes aren't quite wide enough. I want to... Oh, they are just wide enough for the front tires. But then they're not wide enough for that. Oh, they're also not quite wide enough for that portion. No! If I go back here, just kind of progressing you down the track here. If I go down here, it's not quite wide enough for the track, or for the truck to sit in there. Another little addition I want to make is I want to add some grass in the center here, but it's not going to quite... It's pretty hard to find enough of the scrap grass that I have. I'm just going to set the trailer. We're going to set the truck back there. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're at for now. I'm going to call this stream in just a few minutes here. That's pretty much at where we're at. And like I was saying, you might want to add a center lane, but it's going to have to be a very short center lane. And I don't think it would actually do much other than like, some cars ride up on it. Some cars just kind of hit it and fly away. Well, screw it. Let's start with a hot glue center lane, because that can rip up extremely easy. So if I don't like this, it can just instantly be gone. In fact, this is how I used to make my first tracks. Or the first walls I ever made on like a poster board track were just straight up hot glue in layers. Yeah, cars are definitely crossing this, but it's just a test. This is, if I decide to keep something like this, this would definitely not be it because it's so wavy and so bumpy and all that. Ow, I just hurt myself. So we're just gonna, it's also very thin in some portions, so that's fine. Like I said, this is just to test the idea. Don't glue the car. All right. So let's see how we like this out. This car should, okay. The car should be able to fit under the camera. It's definitely not. So let's just set it up at the best we can. Like I said before, these cars don't love crossing the center line. That's still not dry yet. That is, but yeah. This car just completely ignores it. Look. Okay, if it's going sideways, it doesn't ignore it so easily. Alright. This isn't dry enough yet. This one's dry enough. Alright. I set them in the gate. 3, 2, 1, away they go. And neither one of them even attempted to cross the center line because I rode the wall. You guys can tell me who won. Because again, I don't have live access. Alright. These two like crossing lanes. Not quite as much, but they do like it. 3, 2, 1. Oh my God, that scared me. Oh, that car went right for my face. Whew, that scared me. That's fine. Let's see. Was it the wing itself? No, it wasn't the wing. This car just wasn't. This car just wasn't in its lane. You know what? Screw it. Let's try the Indy cars. The Indy cars don't roll straight in any sense of the word. Hold up. What is that in there? Darn. Darn. One of my favorite 21 cars I've ever had has a dent in it. So, just now noticed that. I don't know how long it's been there. The Indy cars, because they're open wheel, love to turn. So 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. I can't get one to go for the center. Ow. Tripped again. Let's go. We're just gonna. This Audi loves. Ow. This Audi loves crossing the center line. Probably should get rid of metal cords on here, but oh well. Alright, if nobody crosses the center line, we're calling it quits, and I'll just do this later. I do have to get going kind of soon. 3, 2, 1, away they go. There we go. So the Audi would be penalized, but I didn't even do anything. My main thing is, for qualifying, I don't love the center line being here for the qualifying. I don't love the idea, but I can't think of a good way to make a removable center line without it like moving on it like a car. I don't like the idea of it because it's just, well, I still, bleh. Let me think how to say this. I like the idea of having a center line. I can't think of a good way to enforce it because it's something like if it were light, if it were non-permanent rather, it would just, yeah, cars ignore it. If it were permanent, that would be an issue for qualifying because the car hits the wall, all of a sudden it's jammed in the lane. And I do qualifying with these specifically. So a car goes boing, 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 it stops. I'll do some more testing later. For now, I guess I'll be seeing y'all. Goodbye.